Incoming transmission. Good morning, cadets, and welcome back to our Horizon Zero Dawn playthrough, where, I don't know, hopefully we are getting close, and actually hopefully not, because it's so much lore over here, and I love it. And speaking of lore, I see 3 more points. Perfect. And all of this is very, very interesting.
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol, the ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere you're growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos, a spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a pharaoh titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Indeed, that was interesting. So clearly something went wrong. And also, I'm hoping to find some answers, like how would they know exactly that the Gaia messed up and Hades has to step in? You know? Is, yeah, you can make a mistake, but then you can course correct it and then everything is good. Is it something like that? Maybe, okay, you've screwed something up as Gaia, and then it's, let's say you have one chance to course correct it, but then you can't, and okay, I'm stepping in. Or is it basically at the first small mistake, okay, all done, blank slate? Because that seems a bit too extreme. But let's see, maybe you can find out. Right, noise complaints. Travis Tate. To Elizabeth Sobek, not Kobek, what the... Okay. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore? Anyone who says the old TT codes do to Bashcore is straight up lying, and you know it. Old Chav don't have no truck with commercialized razzle-dazz. Nuh-uh. Heck. I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citarum run off than listen to Grey Swan for 30 seconds. And to God and swear on my mama's grave, and she was religious. Nah, that ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classical music. 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal theme stuff too. Stop by if you wanna listen. Or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no bashcore, you'll see. Or hear, rather, in the screech that rends the air, and feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceiling swallowing you up like you was Jonah trapped in the gullet of gothic deathfish. Hallelujah! As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal? Might as well give up stimulants, chocolate molds, and industrial accident vids. Last I heard, we was supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me? Nah, I don't think so. Stay cool, Trav. I mean, yeah, sure, death metal or metal music in general sounds good. Okay, Hades protocol. Tate here. Just popped out 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figure out a Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10-12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too. So that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done his business. So I had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft. And Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system and reverse operation, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. I swear, ain't nothing Gaia won't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on strong now, so I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, those blues are pretty strong. Guess it's time to sleep and bed. I'll back to it tomorrow, alligators. So he was kind of a junkie, unfortunately. Or a happy man. And the last one, archive abuse. From Samina Ebaji to Travis Tate, CC Elizabeth Sobek. Mr. Tate, this mail concerns Apollo archive submission code 000-23876. Your 666th submission in just 5 days. And ooh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings, response inappropriate materials, you choose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me, then, to thank you on 2 counts. 1. For giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know what I've saved future humanity, from the ordeal of experiencing not just one, but all 16 installments of making a millipede. Don't worry, the Pasolini material has already been preserved. Extreme, perhaps, but art. Is this centipede stuff? Yeah. Okay, number 2. For clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself. The definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance. I know it when I see it. Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, oh, I don't know, your assigned work. We have a world to save after all, or the rest of us do anyway. Dr. Samina Ebaji. Now I'm kinda not curious what he submitted. 16 installments of making a millipede, which I'm pretty sure is a centipede thing. Right, more stuff.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
So in short, we were like kind of clones. Okay, let's activate holoprojector.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of CRADLE facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Interesting. So in a way, it is cloning, but try to keep the original as best as possible. Because we just had, I mean, not just had, that computer said we were like, what, 99.57 genetic match or something like that with Elizabeth Sobeck. Let me see, FZ Chambers. From Patrick Brochard-Klein to Elizabeth Sobeck. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. They're a revelation. Astonishing. I don't know what you had to give Far Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risk of ECMO resolved. Nutrition delivery resolved. Hormonal stability resolved. 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examined these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of FZ's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Sirius doesn't seem impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. PB key. Or PB key. Right. Okay, Farzenit Model K and this Eleuthia Model A15. Right. Next lore. Still have two around here. Let me just get the
Full already.
chest. And more data points. Cradle sealed. From Patrick Brochard Klein to Elizabeth Sobek. My voice. Eleuthia-01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang province could detect it. Pingback from crucial systems is good. For our maiden voyage a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simulation of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is a margin for refinement in future CRADLE population. Donk. I think that's next up, yes. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the Eleuthia-02 site inside Mount Namuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week. They were actually trying to modify some stuff as well. Right, let's read the last one. CRADLE Servitor Persona. From Patrick Brochard Klein to Elizabeth Sobek. Development of the artificial persona for CRADLE servitors, nurturer, disciplinarian, healer continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing 0.4 for these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of persona, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healer persona. I have also attached the reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother persona intervened on a disciplinarian servitor's behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I have attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings. In just data corrupted. Maybe future one. Okay, so far we have the different subsystems.
CRADLE facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office. No space.
Yeah, who knows. But yeah, I have a feeling that the mountain over there is a cradle. Because they did say we was found outside that door, you know? And nobody knew how we got there. So yeah. Okay. We have something here? No. So far we learned about every different AI that's helping Gaia. Okay, guess we...
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
I don't know what exactly. But we have an audio log.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Right, no pressure. No pressure at all.
Us would benefit from antilopine morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
no, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
Right, so this was 27 March.
Us would benefit from antilopine morphologies.
And the other one was
You will undergo a brief period of unconscious...
13, yeah, so this was actually the first one.
Though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of
Okay, and we have this log over here.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
So I guess this was actually the first one, or the middle log I should have gotten. There's one more log inside, and I guess I'm just gonna have to pry it open. Yep.
Forget about traveling light.
Right, I can get the rest. Or I could just start disassembling, that is. Okay, let's have the one Artemis status, this data point. And from Charles Ronson to Elizabeth Sobek. It's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it. If those words can still mean anything, had my sleeves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for the samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas, suspended in what ifs. More than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. We started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organism for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves. 1,000 more that will have to wait for their turn until our new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them, so they can return to a world that, this time, will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. There's already been too many too lates. We lost a whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. The samples we lost were, well, irreplaceable. But thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again. But not now. Not like this. Not on our watch. Ronson. And the other one. Odyssey has failed. From Elizabeth Sobek to all alphas. Oh, some terrible news, I'm afraid. Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drives spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha, built of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed. Elizabeth. Damn. I mean, maybe it didn't fail. It was only just said it failed, so that people couldn't track it, or I don't know. Right, this is the only thing left.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Fair questions.
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Great.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
So we got captured. Great.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, Even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing, and when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
Well, maybe you know he was wrong.
I guess even a monster like you can have a glimmer of conscience. You didn't kill me right away. Turn your face to the sun, child. Dressing up murder as religious sacrifice so you could feel better about it?
No, I never doubted the righteousness of killing you. And yet, your words touch close to the truth. In my heart, I deemed the order to kill you unworthy of me. You were just a savage girl. So I thought at the time. Even still, I aimed to kill you, and yet did not. This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Meant to snatch Itamen away. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Yeah, I think you're just a puppet.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crash the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
Such needless slaughter.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
Oh, great. What's about to happen?
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold!
Really? That can be good.
Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands!
Great. So, two corruptors and one behemoth. We don't have any weapons. That's what I'm getting at?
I'll never beat that thing without weapons.
You think?
My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use this thing. I wasn't built to take a behemoth's charge either.
Okay, let me guess. I'm gonna have to...
That pillar's weak.
Okay.
Another hit, and that pillar will come down. That did it. One more pillar, and that platform will come down. Another piece of it.
Fiddlestick, but I'm about to... Please, thank you.
Getting ready to charge.
It's not great. Hey, you hit me.
Gotta get out of the way.
one more hit. And come on. Do I need one more? Or come on. Ready for you. I have no focus, unfortunately. Yeah, this brings me gladiator vibes.
Hey! Guess you got a weapon back! Now you're just a big-time target. Come and get it!
Are you not entertained?
Those components are inside of its head. Something to
Oh, A for you, come on. Freaking behemoths. Nope. Woo! Okay, there we go. Let's do the Thur blaster. I want the armor off.
canister on its hips.
Where am I? Nice. Two more components removed. Did I miss? Really? Right, I think this is as much as I can get. Put it on fire. Ow. Hey, well, apparently there was another achievement. I don't know for what, but sure. Hey, fire. Again. It's really hurting now. I think it's kinda done. Don't mind if I loot a bit here. There it goes. Well, feeder stick. What you gonna do now?
Shadows, kill her.
Of course, round 2.
Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
And wait, you are? Is that Silas?
Silence.
Oh, silence.
Traitor!
I was expecting another round with the corruptors, but wasn't the case.
So
Right.
you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
How did you find me?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the sun ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
So you can override machines as well?
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans, though of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess.
Interesting. So yeah, he was spying all along. But I did notice that Helis recognized you.
Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right.
That was a bit cryptic. I was expecting more, but I guess that's too much to ask. Right, I guess I've got to help the Nora.
I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora's sacred land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Karja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
Why do I have the feeling that's really slim chances? Right. So that finishes that. You have the alternate entrance, and where do we need to go? All the way back home. And we do have 5 skills. Don't think it really matters. Yeah, let's get knocked down and all that. Was that actually... Well, it's not better, that's for sure. But I was trying to say... Yeah, this was actually like 2 quests, one after another. Yeah, go to the All Mother. We still have Ancient Armory. I need 1 more power cell. Not sure where I'll find that. Anywho, I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. Gonna do maybe a bit of...
Damn wind. Never cared for being pushed around.
Yeah, I'll probably go around and just get some of my plants back, and probably I'll do a fast travel close to our objectives. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, guys, and I'll see you next time. But as always, don't forget to take care.